An operating system that you can see here that we will be using in parts of the course is called Kali Linux. Kali Linux is a Debian-derived Linux distribution designed for penetration testing and digital forensics. This is not an operating system for everyday use. It runs as root, as you can see here, so it is not suitable as a secure platform. It is for penetration testing and security auditing. It is used on the course to demonstrate hacking tools, and you'll be using it too. Kali Linux has over 600 pre-installed penetration testing tools, including tools like, let me show you, Nmap, which is a port scanner, Hashcat, which is a password cracker, the Browser Exploitation Framework, or BEEF, which is a penetration testing tool that focuses on the web browser. There's also the Burp Suite, which is a web application security scanner, all of which I'll be demonstrating as we go through the volumes of the course. Most packages Kali uses are imported from the Debian repository. Here you can see the sources file. Kali Linux is distributed in 32-bit and 64-bit images for use on hosts based on the x86 instruction set and as an image for the ARM architecture. Its system requirements are a minimum of 20 gigabyte hard drive space for installation, but really you're going to want something like 30 or 40 gig, a minimum of 2 gigabytes RAM, and of course you're going to need a bootable CD drive or USB stick if you're installing it on your hard drive, or obviously you won't need that if you're installing it in a virtual machine. Kali Linux can run natively when installed on a computer's hard drive, as I've just mentioned. It can be booted from a live CD or live USB, and this is the download links here. Download the ISO here if you want to install on a computer's hard drive or live boot it. Various versions here, 64 and 32-bit. It is available on the Microsoft App Store as an official WSL Windows subsystem for Linux distribution for Windows 10. Follow the guidance here if you want to install it on Windows 10. Demos in the course, though, are on the Linux version, and I have not tested the Windows 10 version. It is also available as an AWS appliance if you happen to use AWS, Amazon Web Services. It is available for and on ARM hardware too, or it can be run within a virtual machine. And for the fastest and most complete access to Kali for the purposes of this course, I recommend you run it as or on a virtual machine inside VirtualBox or VMware. And you can see here you can download the VMware version, the VirtualBox version, and you can download the OVA file for VirtualBox or VMware and import it as I've shown you how to do. Make sure your virtual machine has a minimum of 20 gigabyte hard disk space or a bit more, a minimum of 2 gigabyte RAM. And as it says here, these images have a default password of TOOR and may have pre-generated SSH keys that you might want to delete. Professional pen testers may well install Kali on a hard drive and dual boot it for maximum speed, but personally I run my Kali in a virtual machine because my laptop is powerful enough to do that. I also like to be able to take snapshots of Kali in VirtualBox and VMware, and also if you run it within a virtual machine you get access to your primary operating system like email and things like that. So personally I prefer running it in a virtual machine, and I recommend that for the course. So if you want to do that, you can download 32 or 64-bit version and import it into your virtual machine, and you'll have Kali. And when we get to the relevant sections, you'll see me demonstrating tools, and you can have a play around with those tools too as well using Kali. So that's us wrapped up on creating your lab using virtual machines for the course. Let's go further into the course.